Hello, this is Mike Jarvis. This is my final project for INF653, spring of 2019, Fort Hays State University online class. I completed a workout tracker for CrossFit workouts last semester. It was all done in Bootstrap with JavaScript, a little bit of jQuery, but it did not have a back end. All the workouts and all the data was stored in JavaScript variables. So this semester, I took what I did last semester and I essentially added a back end to it using a combination of PHP programming and a MySQL database. So speaking of databases, let me just start there. I just want to show you what the database structure looks like. It's pretty simple. There's users, so we have CrossFit users, ID, name, email address. The email address also serves as the username for the login, and then the password. There's also the concept of a WOD. WOD stands for Workout of the Day. It's a CrossFit term. For anyone who wants to further their knowledge of CrossFit, just go to crossfit.com and you can learn all about WODs. Anyway, so they have a name, an ID, a name, a description, and then a WOD type. I'll get into that a little bit later. And then the complexity of the database is, excuse me, foreign key to the WOD and the user. So the user completes a WOD and writes his or her results and a date. So, and again, the WOD type comes into play. Some WODs are timed events and some are strength events. So first of all, let's go to the structure here, the users. I just want to show my users. So I've got family members in here. I wanted to demonstrate how we can log in. So I'm already in there. I'm just going to log in with my email address and so I can log in. There we are. So use the back to the login page. That kills the session, the PHP session. Let's say that I want to register a new user. There we go. So let's say I want to register Nick for Dr. Nick, my instructor for this class. And I'm just going to give him a simple email, nick at gmail.com, and a simple password. Submit it. It says, congratulations, Nick. You have registered. Now please log in. So Nick can log in. Oh, we want his, again, well, let's say that we thought we had a username or something like that. Click here. It says use your email address for your username. Okay, fine, we'll do that. So here's at gmail.com. Simple password, submit, and he's logged in. So if we go check our database here, we refresh this, we now have a user Nick has been added to our users table. So let's say that Nick has completed a workout, and these are some workouts that are already in the table, or in the WODs table, you know, where all the workouts are. One of them is, I don't know, let's click on Cindy. It says Cindy is a timed workout, so we need to enter our time in, you know, minutes, seconds format. So let's go down here to the day. And the result, let's say he did 20 minutes. And we submit that. Successfully entered your results for WAD. Cindy, congratulations. So, oops, a little misspelling there, but let's say that he's comes in and we're going to do another Cindy workout. Let's say we're going to do it, let's say we did it a month ago, and say it took 21 minutes, so we're showing improvement. Submit that. And you entered it for Sydney. So then we go to, let's say we're going to go look at the WAD history. So now we look here, and the only one that shows up is Cindy, because that is the only workout that Nick has completed. So if we click on the Get History, it says that Nick did it on May 6th in 20 minutes and April 6th in 21 minutes. So it's showing some improvement. Speaking on improvement, in last semester I had a nice JavaScript library that would do a bar graph of the results, and I ran out of time. I didn't quite have enough time to figure out how to do that in PHP, but I'm sure that's a follow-on project that I could do. So if we go back home, let's say that we want to build a new workout. So we click here on this build WAD. We need to give it a name. Let's call it let's say max push press. Now I made it so that no spaces are allowed, letters only on this field, just for simplicity's sake. But on the description, you can basically type whatever you want. So we'll call this 1 rep maximum for overhead push press. Overhead push press. Now I have this workout type. And again, I could probably do a better job of figuring out a way to do this, but for now, S is for strength workout, T is for timed workout, and again, I have checking in there to make sure that it's either one of those. Oh, but before we do this, so there's max push press. So we're adding a workout to our WADs table. So let me just go here to the WADs table. You can see we have Cindy, Nancy, 400-meter run, max deadlift, max overhead squat, and here it just tells what it is. Like Cindy is 20 rounds of 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 15 squats. So you do that as fast as you can for 20 times. So let's go ahead, go back here to workout of the day. We're going to click submit, and we should see a max push press workout that says you successfully added WAD max push press. Congratulations. So we go back over here. Let's refresh this. And there it is, max push press. Okay, so let's go back here and let's use this WAD a few times. We got it here, max push press. We're going to enter results. Let's say that we started it in February 3rd. I don't know, let's say we did 125 pounds. We submit that. And then let's say we did it again in February. We're doing this like once a month. And let's say we went up, we did 140 pounds. And let's do it again for max push press. So we did January, February, March 7th. And let's say we did 155 pounds. So we're still showing some improvement. And we entered it in, fine. Okay, so now if I go get the history, get WAD history. So now we see that two things show up. We've got Cindy and we've got Max push press because user Nick has entered in both of these, so it only shows the ones that Nick has actually done. So if we click on here, get history for Max push press, and lo and behold, we did it on February 3rd, 125, February 6th, 140, and March 7th, 155. So we're showing some improvement there. So that is what it'll do. Let's just look at some code behind this really quick. Got a few minutes left. So if I go here, okay, so this is the main index where this is the first screen that the user sees. I have this cred PHP that sets up the connection to the database. I load my classes, I start a session, then I check to see if it's a post or what we're trying to do here. If they're logging in, get the username and password, and then I set the session if it's okay, if they did get logged in okay. And I check to see if that email, again, I'm using the email as the username, so I'm using that there. And then if they have errors or problems, I've got all these things like, if we're in sign up mode, if the email's been used, if the name's not right, if it already exists, if the username has something wrong with it, if it's the wrong user, the wrong password. And then once we're successful, it prints out all that stuff. So we could go through that, but so we got some code for that. Or anyway, we could exercise this code. So if we go back here, so let's go back to the login page, and let's say that we want to log in with somebody that I just know isn't in there. So I know there's no user called that. So I'm going to try and log in, and it says it's supposed to pop up a error message. I got a little bug there. Anyway, it's supposed to pop up this error message, but it looks like we're getting some issues. Maybe we can go. Let's go to the registration. I'm going to try and register myself again. And, so if I try and register myself, click submit. It says user with that email already exists. Okay, fine. So let's say I'm going to try and get around the system and just put, I don't follow the email format. Click submit. Email must be of the form letters numbers at something.com. So we got a little bit of checking in there. So let's try getting Patton in there. And 2.com. Submit that. Congratulations, George Patton. You have registered. Please log in. So there is some error checking and error handling there. I also have error checking and error handling on the other like entering the WAD results and as well. Let's see if we can demonstrate that just a little bit. So I'm going to log in as me. Hopefully my error handling wants to work today. Okay, so let's enter WAD results. Let's do like Cindy. It's timed event, so I'm going to do it today. Check that. And let's say that I just blow it off and I'm going to do 400. I'm not going to do the time. So if I click submit, it says enter time in hours, minutes format. Okay, sure. Now this is where there's a little bug. I think if I go here and I try and, let's say I give it a legitimate time, submit, oh, it worked. So you can see that there is some error handling there for entering time. And then building a WAD, like say we give it a name like this, give it something like that, and let's say it's a timed event. So I click submit. It says for the WAD name, please enter a name consisting of letters or numbers, no spaces, thanks. Okay, sure. So let's just call this, I don't know, let's make up a new one. Let's call this 100 pull-ups. Is do 100 pull-ups as fast as you can. You don't have to do them. You don't have to do them. Have to do them all at once. Just do 100. Okay, and then this is going to be a timed event. And submit. Congratulations, you added 100 pull-ups. So anyway, I think I've kind of demonstrated what this is capable of. I got some good error handling. I learned quite a bit as far as the backend database code is concerned. Let me show you probably on the history, displaying the history. Let's see here. It's not this one. This isn't too complicated. Select star from WADs. Oh, well, here's where we actually grab the. We get the result or the user ID. We got to get the user ID and the workout ID. And in the user ID, I passed that around in the session variable. So that was kind of new for me, learning how to use the session variable. Let's see here. So if we go to get WAD history there, this is it. Okay, here it is. So this is a little bit more complex SQL statement where I had to select star from WADs because I wanted to get all the WAD information where the WAD is in. Select WAD ID from results where user ID equals the user that's logged in. So what this does is it gives me a list of the WADs that user has done. Because when we go to the display history, which is right here, get WAD history, we only want to show the WADs that this user has completed. So if you go here to the results table, you can see that I'm logged in. So I've done a max deadlift, and I've done 400-meter run, and I've done Cindy. So those are the only ones that should show up. So if we go here, and you see you got Cindy, 400-meter run, and max deadlift. So this concludes my presentation of getting the WAD history and my little database application. It's got a MySQL backend, but there's always room for improvement, and so I'll continue to work on it. This concludes my presentation, and I learned a lot this semester, and so thank you very much.